So, you have been posting consistently on social media, but it has not been converting. Let's talk about why and how to fix it. My name is Rain, and I am the founder of Garcia Media Works, a digital marketing and social media agency. And this is the GMW podcast, a podcast where we share the hard truths, things no one wants to talk about in social media, and most importantly, how to grow your business on social. So, the first thing that we see all the time is a pretty account versus one that actually converts. Aesthetics are fantastic, the photos look pretty, the food looks delicious, your headshots look great, but what is that actually doing? Another way to think about it is someone who really prioritizes the cover image on a reel. So, if the reel is something that is informational, you're sharing a how to, and you decide, or your social media manager decides to get rid of that and make it a cover photo from somewhere in your camera roll, that's really not important. I'm glad your page looks beautiful, the branding looks consistent, and that is something that's important, and we can talk about that a little bit more. But if you were sharing really important, tangible tips, you want someone who goes on your profile to see it immediately. If it's a how to grow on social media or how to write great captions, if they go on my account and they just see a great photo of my team and myself, they're not going to click on it. They don't care what that is. We look fantastic, but that doesn't really do a whole lot. Something that is also really important but often overlooked is your Instagram bio. What is in there? It's going to be what people see right away. And it's also important with SEO. If people are going on Instagram or social media as a search engine, looking up what your niche is, or even going on Google, the words in your bio truly matter. So let's talk about if we are someone who is clicking on your account and what they actually want to see. Things that are whimsical and fun and emojis and everything are great, but who are you? Who do you create content for? What is your purpose? If you are a brick and mortar business, what is your address? You need to give them the most important information right away, and the rest is all fluff. They can see that in your captions if they decide to follow you, or on your Instagram story where you show more personality. The two things that are most important in your bio is credibility and your offerings. So if you have awards or things like that, you want those featured in your bio, certifications, anything that is super important in your industry. Next, what do you do? What are your offerings? I help women in business do X. We are a restaurant in blank. We have our address here. This is the type of food that we sell. We are known for whatever. Obviously, you can word it better than that, but you catch my drift. Next is your call to actions. So, you don't want to be selling all the time. That is not fun. People do not want to feel like they're being sold to all the time. They want to actually get something from your content, not just being sold to. That being said, when you do have a call to action, what does it look like? If you have it in every post, stop. We can talk about that more in another episode, but just stop. Trust me. Stop trying to sell all the time. But for the posts that you are using call to actions to, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to comment a trigger word for ManyChat? Do you want them to DM you something? Do you want them to go click a link in your bio, go buy your book? You need to be very hyper specific. People tend to not read all of the information, so you do want the call to action a little higher if possible, and you want the least amount of steps. Commenting is very easy. Clicking a link is a little harder. They have to go onto your profile, do a couple extra steps. I always recommend putting click the link in bio or visit insert very simple URL. Next and most important is tracking the right metrics. If you are getting all these views and all these likes and you're so confused why you're not getting new customers, new clients, you might not be looking at the right numbers. Is your content being sent? Is it getting saves? If not, you need to adjust to have that happen. You want people sharing your content with, oh, I think you should work with this person, or this information is super interesting. We should go to this restaurant. And there are ways to shift your content to be like that. One way, especially if you are a service provider or thought leader or anything like that, is give away, even though it feels a little counterintuitive, some information or some tips for free. People want to be brought in, they want to learn something. And like I said, it'll be sent to people who need to hear that. They will save it for when they have more money for a coach or when they want to go buy a book. They're going to say, oh, this woman shared advice with me that completely changed my life. Give them content that they want to keep coming back to, not just a pretty photo or a video that made them giggle once that they'll never think about again. Something else that you need to be doing is fostering social media relationships with people that you want to be like, your expanders, business owners that you admire. You need to be swiping up on their stories, being in their comments, and even if they never see it, people who also admire these creators or like their content will be seeing you in those comments. Share a little bit of insight while also saying that their content resonated. A way you can do this is being This resonated so heavily. In my new book, I also talk about ABC. I completely agree. And I'm going to insert a little bit more information. So when other people are in the comments and they're liking things or responding with react emojis, who's this person that shared this information? This comment actually also really resonates me like the post. I'm going to go on their account. I'm going to follow. I'm going to book their services. I'm going to do an introduction call. You want to be making sure that you are reaching your target audience at every possible angle. So if you are posting consistently on social media and you're not sure why your content's not growing, make sure to come back to this episode, write down all of the tips, and apply them to your account. If you have other questions about how to get an engaged audience onto your profile, you can DM us at Garcia Media Works. You can go onto our website, garciamediaworks.com, fill out our contact form. I'm also going to have all that information in the show notes. And let's talk about how to get your account actually growing. No sales pitch, no automatic charge, just a free call talking about how to grow your social media. This is something that our agency is very passionate about and very good at, and we want to see everybody thrive. There is room for everyone to be successful on social media. Your business deserves to be seen. I will see you next week. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.